Welcome to Drinking About Sports, where we're pissed about the outcomes of games.
Where's that coming from?
Villanova, again, embarrassingly lost in the second round. I was so mad I threw myself over the couch. My ankle hurts. Give me a second.
Cody's being terrible. I don't want to call you any names like as far as
We gotta do a shot, don't
women
we?
or anything
Gotta
like
do a
that.
shot. Got that for
You
me?
got a shot
Awesome.
for you.
Let's do this.
A shot for me. A shot for Carson.
Shot for
Whoa! Okay, sorry. I had to
Even though he chose NC State.
Yeah.
That prick.
Whatever.
Anyway, here's to the madness.
Yeah, lots of madness.
And to drinking about sports.
Drinking about sports.
That's why we're here.
That's who we are, by the way.
That's who we are. So, look, I've been sweating so much about this game. I really need to redo my antiperspirant. And per the commercial, this is Axe Dry Spray. We'll request a check from Axe in the mail, of course.
Of course.
And suppose you spray this on, and you don't need to check for it. So I'm good to go for the rest of the show.
Please do not touch. No, don't touch.
I don't need to touch. It's dry. It'd be weird if I touched it.
Don't do that.
It'd be weird. It'd be weird. Right? So anyway,
to be very clear, Cody loves Axe body spray. We get paid nothing to do this.
Yeah.
We just wanted to prove to people that we are capable of showing off products in case, for instance, maybe
in case Bud Light pays us anyway.
audio books or Harry's, who I actually ordered razors from.
Yeah.
I'm smooth.
Oh, nice. So what's this hat from? You still have a hat for me? This hat looks
Oh,
familiar.
and yes, this hat
Oh, Beach City Brewery?
accents my outfit. Beach City Brewery. One of your boys
One
owns
of my
that.
buddies. There's a
Talk
brewer
about
over
that.
there.
Talk about that for a second.
Oh yeah, a buddy of mine is the head brewmaster
Where
over at
is
Beach
it?
City Brewery, which is outside of Los Angeles.
All right.
And they brew some great beer.
So if you're out there, go ahead, Beach City Brewery it up. But let's jump back into the
Anyway.
madness. We had some madness going on with Villanova losing right now. Utah,
On the brink.
Georgetown, really close, tied up. But we have our own bracket going on right now. The Elite Eight of mascots. Cody, what do we got left?
This is just a side note between me and the producer, but I notice a lot of cameras solely on your face and never really on my face.
I've got
Right
a
now
better
it feels
face.
like the only time.
I've got a better face.
Better face.
Please.
That's why you're covering with that hat.
You've got better hair,
That's
but I've got a
right,
better
I do.
face.
That's right. If I knew the brand of this hair gel, I would recommend that.
He
Anyway,
wears
stop
hair.
it. Elite Eight. Let's go through half of it. Right? We'll do the half at the front, half at the end. We're close.
Okay,
to
let's do
defining
that.
which mascot would win in a battle to the death. First up
Hair wax. He wears hair
First
wax.
up.
It's terrible.
is Pirates versus Huskies.
That's tough.
I go Pirates.
No, Pirates easy.
Pirates.
It's
pretty
not
much.
actually that tough. I don't know why I said that.
It's not that tough. It's really not.
It really isn't.
Cowboys versus Tigers. Tigers. I picture like a giant Bengal tiger, right?
Like a
And
liger.
like a tiger. And a cowboy with two guns, like if you miss or
Pretty much my favorite animal.
I'm gonna go tiger.
I guess I have to go cowboy because guns over animals.
Carson, those guns are not enough.
Guns
So
or
Cowboys
animals?
and Tigers, who you got?
I think you're not gonna be able to stop a tiger even with a gun.
Thank
Stay
you.
with tigers.
Drink it up, baby.
All right, fine.
Welcome to the last episode.
Oh,
anyway,
look at that! The Blues also scored,
Look, that's your last one. Go for it. I'm
Hey.
actually drinking 2 beers
and the
for that
game is over.
we already cemented a 6-3 win. Here's to you, Wild. Coming out of nowhere. I'm going to sneak in on the Blues. I can't wait till the playoffs. We're going to watch every Blues Wilds game
I hope
together.
so. I hope so.
It's going to be crazy.
one. And you said wilds, so I think you need to
that's
take a
another-
beer.
I did that just for you because I felt bad.
Yeah, of course you did.
Anyway, let's move on to some serious sports topics. And when we say serious, we mean I watch too many documentaries about some old school historian badasses.
Yes, you do.
And I can't help but think when I'm done, man, if they played sports, what would they be?
Yeah?
So let's go through a list of great historic warriors and decide if they could play any sport, what would it be and what position would they be in?
Right? Okay.
Let's lead off with your favorite and mine, Attila the Hun.
The Hun, huh?
He pillaged so many people.
That's
And
terrible.
I feel like that's admirable in the sports realm.
In fact, that's what you're looking
at
for.
least in recent times. So, if he could be any position, what would you say he'd be?
I mean, he sounds a lot like Ndamukong Suh, maybe.
He wasn't as big as Ndamukong.
Okay,
He was
well-
very svelte.
Oh, really?
Dude, he was a nomad, so he had to be moving all across the globe.
I see what you're
So
saying.
I think he's I think he's too light to be defensive end.
Okay.
I put him more like outside line.
Or is he like a safety? Is he like a big hitting safety, like a strong
He
safety?
could be a big hitting safety.
All right, we'll go with that.
I think we're going to go strong safety for Attila the
I
Hun.
like that. Moving on to another one of my favorite and yours, Genghis Khan,
Genghis Khan.
the Great Khan.
Supposedly 1 in 10 people on the planet have DNA that links them to Genghis Khan. That's how many people he slept with.
3 of us in this room, not quite the right odds, but I'm sure
One of us is related to Genghis Khan.
It's
If
obviously
not,
me.
it could be you.
Yeah, absolutely. Could
Anyway,
be.
Genghis Khan seems like an aggressive defensive end, if you ask me.
Is he that big too? I mean, he wore like armor and crazy hats, right?
I think he's up there. Could be a strong defensive
All right,
end.
so like a JJ
Sure.
Watt type. Is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that makes
Okay,
sense.
all right,
I think
we'll
we'll
do
go
that.
there.
We'll go with that.
Next up is your favorite burner of cities to the ground and mine.
Right.
Would be General Sherman.
Right, so Burner reminds me of somebody with a really strong right arm, really big flame thrower, if you will. You see what I did there?
I did.
Do you see what I did there?
I did.
So we're going with a big old closer right there. Somebody comes in the ninth inning and just
I like that.
woo! Too hot to handle, my friend.
I like that.
Go for it.
I like even more you're still wearing that hat.
Oh, yeah.
So, Richard, General Sherman
Uh-huh.
is going to be a closer.
Uh-huh.
So, next up is going to be Napoleon.
Uh-huh.
Now, a little fact, Napoleon was not as short as everyone said he was to be. I won't go into the whole story about that, but Google it, my friends. Napoleon was average height.
Average height.
I still think
Shorter than me.
he was really spunky, right? He was just like pissed about everything.
Spunky.
I picture him being a shutdown corner.
Yeah?
Forget Revis Island. I'm talking Napoleon Island.
I could see that, but I'm actually thinking maybe he's like a shortstop, like he's a leader, right?
Ah.
He's like the guy who's controlling the diamond, right? Or maybe a catcher. I could see him as maybe a catcher, like calling all the shots, even if they're wrong, like invading Russia in the winter.
Yeah, when you got elephants, you probably should just like take boats instead of like trying to go through all the mountains.
But I'm going to say catcher, probably.
that's
a
a
catcher.
good call.
I think that's
good
all.
call. I'm gonna pound you
Do
the
what I
catcher.
can.
Pound you the catcher.
Uh-huh.
Alexander the Great.
I don't
Pretty
know.
much every city in Russia is named Alexandria because the dude ran out of creativity.
Right? Yeah. So he doesn't have much
He
creativity.
died young, I will say.
But he has
he died young of syphilis, I believe.
Oh yeah.
But man, when he was alive,
You can die of syphilis?
yeah, just like Mean Girls, dude. Just like you're gonna get an STD and die. It's like get some rubbers.
We will keep you here until all night if we have
You
to.
can only keep until 5.
We will keep them until 5 if we have to.
Nice.
Sorry, I don't know anything about Alexander the Great.
The girls have gone wild.
Oh,
Alexander the
Okay.
Great, I believe. See, we already gone some shortstop. We've gone some safeties.
Uh-huh.
I feel like it's time to change it up a little bit.
all right.
I think Alexander the Great would be a great point guard. Because think about the amount of sissies had of naming cities.
Oh, you're right. You're absolutely correct. I take
Pretty
that.
much.
How about,
Like he's like the
Missouri City, Cody.
Missouri City is not a
I
state.
mean Missouri.
That's brutal. That's a drink.
That's
for Carson.
one drink right
That's
there.
Carson.
For the
but-
Bruce, you're just
wait,
saying, how about
Missouri? What's the-
Missouri City?
What's the Missouri capital?
How about what's the Missouri of capital? What's the capital of Missouri?
I believe it's... Oh no, I'm blanking now. Is it Jefferson?
Is that your final answer?
Well, that makes me think it's not right. But Missouri City's
I
not
would
like a
go
city.
for it. I would just say that.
Okay, Jefferson?
Yeah, sure.
Jefferson.
It's that's incorrect. It's Jefferson City.
Oh,
And I even gave you the subliminal hint.
I said Jefferson.
Yeah, you did not say city.
It's obvious Jefferson is a city.
All right, moving right along.
Called Jefferson City.
How about one of the most famous biblical badasses of all time? He once killed an entire army just using the jawbone of an ass. That's a donkey, for those of you who aren't sure. We're talking about Samson.
And just because I'm mad at our producer for not giving me Jefferson,
Right.
he did write Samson with a P.
Terrible.
It's ridiculous.
It's the modern way to
Samson with
spell
a P.
it.
That is enough.
Samson.
That is enough. Samson feels like a defensive tackle to me.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
He's a big boy.
He can do what he wants.
I mean, you know what? Maybe tackle, offensive tackle.
I think
That's what I'm going.
he could be a really solid offensive lineman, really tossing some people around. Or, if you want, maybe he's a big old center like a Shaquille O'Neal style. You could see that, right?
Oh, I could see that. You're
Yeah,
right.
like one of
Let's
those
go with
two.
that.
Maybe he's really good at both. I don't know.
Yeah. No, that's a good call. It's a
Yeah.
good call. Let's move on. We've got 3 more left. Let's go Bruce Lee.
Bruce. What do you think Bruce would be?
I don't know why you're saying it like that.
Because he has a lisp. That's why
Does
he
he?
pronounces it. Yeah, he's
So
a Bruce
mean.
Lee.
Why would you pick on somebody for that?
I don't pick on people, except for you.
And Bruce Lee, apparently.
Well, Bruce Lee is never going to
I
see
feel like
this.
Bruce Lee could be the greatest second baseman we've never seen.
Bruce Lee, well, you're only saying that because Asian people play baseball just like we do.
What?
No, that's what
that's
you're
nothing to do with it.
That's what you're
I
saying.
picked him at second base because I think he's fast as nuts. Which
Okay.
doesn't mean anything. But it's really cool.
I don't understand what
As
you're
fast as lightning is what I should
Lightning.
have said. That would have been way
Lightning
too
makes
cliche.
way more sense.
Way too cliche.
My point is, he's really
Think how many
quick.
bases he would have stolen.
I don't know.
Ricky Henderson, eat your heart out.
All right, I like the Ricky comparison. I was gonna say point guard for Bruce because
Point guard.
really fast, all of a sudden he's by you.
I picture him being confused with the basketball because he's used to cutting bricks.
You see what I'm doing?
He's used to cutting bricks, so basketball will be too light for him.
I see what you're saying.
Anyway, let's go with your favorite roundhouse kicker and mine, Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris could be whatever he wanted to be, and Chuck, let's be very clear. Can we
Very
just
clear.
say,
Let's see.
if you ever want to be on this podcast, you're welcome here. We will never, ever reject you, no matter what you choose to do. All right. Chuck Norris has an awesome beard, a roundhouse kick to end all worlds, but I think that Jerry Jones would love little Chuck Norris on his.
Little Chuck Norris? You better hold your breath. He doesn't find you.
I said a little Chuck Norris
okay.
on his team. So he'll be the quarterback of the.
The quarterback?
The quarterback.
You're right.
Of the Dallas Cowboys.
Chuck Norris can do whatever he wants because there was a story where Chuck Norris came upon a dying lamb.
Right, I know.
And he saved the lamb just by rubbing his chest on its bosom. And then when the audience was in awe, he didn't know how to handle it, so he snapped the neck of the lamb in half.
Right.
So the good Chuck giveth, the good Chuck taketh away.
Yeah.
Lastly is Ivan the Impaler.
Oh man, and I feel like Ivan the.
If he's not a Deion Sanders safety, I don't know who he is.
I'd call him a third baseman. Who just
Third baseman?
Third
The
baseman.
Impaler?
He hits like 75 home runs.
You just think a spike is the same as a bat.
Absolutely.
It's a different technique.
Well, then
it's much more of a jamming technique at the line.
Then he is a great warrior with the epee, and he wins a gold medal for the United States in
That's true. I think he could be a good pole vault.
Oh!
A javelin thrower, excuse me.
Maybe he's a decathlete.
Ivan the Impaler is a decathlete. He would impale way less people. You know what he would do with the javelin, though? He'd look for people. over
Yeah,
there.
you're right. He
And
would-
that guy! He's
He'd
definitely
be
a
in
javelin.
first place until then.
He is a javelin thrower.
Yeah,
He'd
you're
be
right.
impaling people through the heart
Yep.
with the javelin. Anyway, that was a waste of most people's time, but I enjoyed
Everybody's
doing
time.
it. So let's go finish up the Elite Eight
been a
bracket
good night.
on the mascots. We're not drunk at all, right, Carson?
No.
Right? It's not like you need to do a capital to prove that.
Who's been drinking?
Right? Okay. So let's go with, this is a tough one, the Wolf Pack and the
Okay.
Spartans. You're talking a pack of wolves versus one Spartan
No.
with a sword.
But he's also got shields. Spartans had shields.
You think that does it over a
Have
Wolf
you
Pack?
seen 300?
No.
Are you
I
serious?
can't hold a pen. Did anyone see that?
What kind
I'll go
of-
Spartans with you.
Okay.
Okay.
I was about to insult you, but I appreciate that.
You got it. Aztecs versus the Bruins.
See, you guys love the Aztecs.
I do love the
You
Aztecs.
go with the Aztecs. Oh, I love the
Aztecs.
Aztecs. Oh, we're from
Let's go with a little
South
piece of
America.
trivia. Did
That's
you know that
Why don't you drink a
that
beer while you're
Oxford?
doing this?
Yeah, we should drink a beer
Yeah,
just because
let's just
you know
do
we
it.
should. Cheers to you. Oxford University. Oxford University was founded before the Aztec Empire even began.
That's fascinating.
Someone act more genuine. It was fascinating, right?
Mm-hmm.
What? What are you guys, ridiculous? They wore no pants. They had leaves over their junk, and they just like would sacrifice people to sun gods. And over there in Oxford, they're like
What's wrong
identifying
with-
calculus.
What's wrong with sun gods?
Oh my gosh. Anyway, I'm going Aztecs over the Bruins.
That's fine. We'll go Aztecs.
That's
I know I'm gonna
fine?
lose even if I choose them, so I'm just gonna choose Aztecs.
Anyway,
Aztecs, definitely.
Aztecs it is.
Fine,
So we're
Aztecs.
down to the final four. At the end of this episode, we'll decide between the Pirates, Tigers, Spartans, and Aztecs.
Ooh.
Who the greatest oh no. Okay,
You
good.
drink
Maztec.
that.
That was about to be a thing.
But now we're gonna move on while Cody drinks another one to one of our favorite segments of all time.
favorite segments.
So we got
The commercial's on right now. To
Two-
be even better is
Oh.
Charles Barkley in a car driving to the Annapolis.
the Annapolis, and Samuel L. Jackson's in there. But who else is in there?
A shark ate me. Anyway,
That's some Good beer.
It's some good beer, man. Anyway, so Shaq versus Barkley
Oh.
is what we're about to embark
Love
upon.
me some Shaq versus Barkley.
Steve loves Barkley.
The whole preface of this is we got Shaq and Barkley competing at things that don't have anything to do with what they're good at. Who's going to win? It's going to be great. And I would love to have Charles, Sir Charles, if you're ever around, you are more than welcome. You just sprayed. Ooh. You're more than welcome on this
Couch
podcast
smells
as well.
good now.
But let me ask you this. I watch the Food Network all the time with my wife. We love the Food Network. Cupcake Wars. There's a big thing.
Cupcake Wars between
Who would
Shaq
win,
and Barkley?
Shaq or Barkley Cupcake Wars?
I'm going to go Shaq because he's a culinary mastermind.
Is he?
More than Barkley is. Barkley's confused on anything other than assuming Arizona will win it all. So obviously, Shaq is going to make a better
I'm actually
cupcake.
going to go with you. Shaq would actually be an excellent baker. I can see him in the top hat being 8.5 feet tall.
He would be. You're
He's
right.
spectacular.
You're right.
So okay, we're drinking more. So what else do you got? You got any more? You want me to keep going?
I think a croquet match would be interesting between Shaq and Barkley.
I could totally see Shaq just crushing Barkley's croquet ball way the F out.
I'm going to go Barkley, though.
Are you
I
serious?
think Barkley's a little more finesse of a player than Shaq. He'd be too
No.
aggressive. Shaq would assume the gates were closer than they were.
So Shaq was not good at free throws,
So why would he be good at croquet?
but Barkley was
It's a
not.
smaller net.
He's terrible at golf. Barkley's
Oh, that is true.
terrible.
I think it's croquet would be really weird. He'd hold up in the air for a while.
I don't know.
You're
What
right.
do you
It's
think,
probably
Carson?
Shaq then. What do you think, Carson? Shaq or Barkley and croquet?
Tough one.
Shaq.
That's what I'm saying.
Drink up, friend.
So, this is a kind of weird one.
Yep.
I hope you're okay with it.
I'm okay with it.
All right. Who would make a more beautiful woman, Shaq or Barkley?
Oh my gosh, that's the worst thing I could ever pick.
Isn't that the craziest
Barkley.
thing ever? No, Shaq's got longer legs.
Yeah, you're clearly right.
I know.
All right, you
right?
got one more on there?
Oh, yeah, I got. Who would make a better president of the United States, Shaq or Barkley? Who would you
Barkley.
vote for?
Barkley by so much I would vote for. Shaq's ridiculous. Barkley at least every now and then makes some sense.
Shaqtus. Shaq would go over to other countries and just...
Impressions was last episode.
No, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Go Shaq. The final part...
The final four of mascots kill each other.
What I've been waiting for my whole life. My whole life.
29 years have built for this moment.
I've got no reason to live now.
I'm sure that's the saddest this podcast has ever ended. Anyway, first up, the Pirates versus the Tigers. I don't care what you say. With one eye, he's not shooting a tiger right, and Tiger's
Are
gonna
you
win.
kidding me? Have you ever seen... Well, no, you're right.
No,
'cause-
have you ever seen a pirate?
No, I
haven't.
was about to say, have you
You're
ever
just
seen
picturing
Swiss
it.
Family
You think
Robinson?
Johnny
But-
Depp versus a Bengal tiger? Johnny has a chance.
I love Johnny Depp.
He's running for
in
monkeys.
That movie, though. It's
yeah,
a great movie.
I'm going Tigers.
Okay, we'll go Tigers. Let's go Tigers.
Just for the record, Carson, what would you have gone?
Tigers.
Yeah.
Thank you. Wasn't even close. Lastly, this is human versus human. The Spartans versus the Aztecs.
Easily the Spartans. The Aztecs didn't have armor. Spartans did. Boom.
That is true.
Very agree.
I will also go the Spartans. In our championship is the Spartans versus the Tigers. Who you got?
I think this is very clear. It's the Spartans.
It is probably the Spartans.
They've got these spears in it. You know what I'm saying? And we're just crushing it. So, we hope you enjoyed our very first and maybe last
Maybe last.
ever drinking
True.
video podcast thing.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. Hopefully you've enjoyed our 4-part series into drinking about sports. This is you, good sir, on knowing way more tennis and golfers than I ever had any idea.
And
Into Spartans ruling the world.
this is to you having the best waxed hair out of anybody I've ever met.
That's right. Next year, Vandy for the title. Talking about sports. Out.
Bye.